Sandy Schwartz is the president of Cox Automotive. And Sandy, we got to explain a little bit about that to our audience because they're going to recognize some of the brands under Cox Automotive, AutoTrader, Kelley Blue Book, Manheim, but you take it from there.
Well, absolutely. So we have a family of about 20 brands. You mentioned the big ones, AutoTrader, which everyone's heard of, Kelley Blue Book, which is, a company that's got just a rich tradition. Manheim, which will be 70 years old this year, which is unbelievable, and we're the largest wholesale auction company in the world. And then many other brands, vAuto, Vin Solutions, Haystak, Bid Auto, which we're investors in. We can name many of them. And you are right, it's kind of a fabric that pulls them all together, but we believe that our brands in many ways can benefit and help the auto dealers in all functions that they have. And, we're here at the NADA show, and as you and I were talking, you look around and you see the spirit here, and you see the smiles here, and you see a lot of people here. This is a real reflection of the automobile industry. What we try to do with our brands is look at everything through the dealer's lens, through the dealer's eyes, and we'll always be dealer choice. I mean, we would love it if a dealership would use every one of our brands. That's not going to happen. But the more they use, we think we can knit them together and help them do things. At the same time, we're always going to allow them to make the choice of what they want to use, what they don't use.
Why put it all together under the umbrella of Cox Automotive?
Well, I think it's a great question. I think that, first of all, they really do fit together. But more importantly, it's a complete solution for a dealer. So let's think about used cars, first of all. They have to buy their cars somewhere. They can come to the auction, they can buy them. They can dispose of their cars at the auction. Also, auction prices are a great indicator of where the market is, where the price is, where the valuation is. Then once they get the car, and by the way, the auction can also make them ready for sale the moment they get there. We can recondition them. We can detail them. We can paint them if they need to be painted. We can fix them. And then once they get their inventory, they have to sell them somehow. So you ask the question of how do they go together, think about this. The moment the gavel goes down and a car is sold at Manheim, we have the ability now to get it right up on AutoTrader. So that by the time the car gets to the dealership, it's already ready for sale, it's been advertised. That's just one way it works. Provisioning. So vAuto has a wonderful provisioning tool that tells the dealer, here's the kind of cars you need, here's what you ought to pay for them, here's what you ought to probably pay for transportation and getting them fixed, and then here's how long it should take you to sell them. Just one of the tools that vAuto has. So all of these kind of fit together in a lot of ways, and I've just given you, just the tip of the iceberg. Haystak, for instance, a digital marketing solution. We know that internet is where everybody goes to research a car. So how do we help a dealer be prominent in that area? That's one of the companies that does that.
Gotcha. And so this is pretty new, Cox Automotive, right? It's only been around 6 months or something like that?
I'm trying to catch my breath. It is new. While our brands have been around for a long time, AutoTrader is 17 years, company we started that went back to the books, the printed books, which all of us remember at AutoTrader. Manheim, on the other hand, as I mentioned, 70 years. The formation of Cox Automotive is about 6 to 7 months old, and we're just really beginning the trail of how we do put these companies together. But at the same time, I want to emphasize that we think this powers the dealer, and this helps them be more powerful. But we are never going to say, okay, you have to take all of our brands or you can't play with us. That's not the way it's going to work. But it is new. There's a lot of wonderful things about it, and then there's also a lot of things that make life difficult. Companies just don't fit together just like this overnight.
That's what I was going to ask you about. What are the results so far? I mean, I'm sure you're sort of going by feeling the river rocks with your feet.
That's a great description. So I would give you two answers to that. So first of all, I'm not a technologist, a deep technologist, and when they tell me it's not that easy to get these systems to talk to each other, I just say, well, can't you just plug in two wires? And it doesn't work that way. So those are some of the the rough points. But let me give you some of the wonderful ones, and that is that an AutoTrader rep walks in and says, look, we really can help you by you advertising on this package and buying this. And by the way, how do you buy your cars? Well, we kind of have a buyer, we do this. Well, have you thought about vAuto? Well, can you tell me about it? I can tell you a little, but let me bring a specialist in who can really do that. So the answer is we're seeing a lot of results, more business, more solutions for the dealer. But I think most importantly, we're hearing dealers say, okay, this makes sense. And as you and I walk the floor and look, people are eager. People think this is a great time for the automotive business, but also it's competitive, really competitive. And every dealer out here, as well as the manufacturers, are looking at ways that they can better solve the equations and the opportunities and the problems they have. And so whether it's us or whether it's our competitors, and we have great competitors using different pieces to solve those, really important. So we're getting there. We have a long way to go. We have a great plan. But the best thing is we have great people, and that's what it's all about, as you know.
Well, Sandy Schwartz, thanks so much for giving us this snapshot of what's going on with Cox Automotive.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Good deal. Keep tuning in. We got even more coming to you from the floor of the NADA convention.